Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Anastasia Chopelas, the Scientific Healer. And today, what I'm going to talk about is how so many people come and ask me, like, what's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing in life? And a lot of people are questioning that. Why? They're questioning it is that they're feeling unfulfilled and they're feeling like they're not quite, there's something that's missing. And for me, that started to happen when I was in my early 40s and I started looking around for other things that I could be doing. And I tried out a whole bunch of things and it just really took a while. And there's a good reason for that. In the last couple of weeks, 2 women came and asked me the same exact thing. And because I'm many ways psychic or have other abilities like clairsenses, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance, because I have those abilities and, strong intuition and knowing and things like that, they were asking me what's in store for them. And that's a question I really don't want to answer ever. And there's a reason, because when you start to shift energetically, what was on your path before changes. It's like our life looks like a tree. Here's our birth, and every decision that you make, you go along all these different branches. And so there's the branches of all these different possibilities, and then there's the decisions that you took that lead you up to where you're at. So what's going on is that wherever they're at the moment, I'll get a hit as to what would be good for them to be doing. But where it is at the moment, if I start to work on them and start to change them energetically and remove the problems or the blocks and the things that happen to them in their life, that we clear out that old energy, whether it's old relationships, old emotions, old mental patterns, and even physical patterns that got manifested into some sort of illness or some sort of physical problem. As those things change, then your decision, it's like you jump from one branch to another, and now where you're going is going to be somewhere else. That's number one. Number two, what happens is if you are not mentally clear and you're not energetic, then most things that you would normally do feel like a lot of work. And I know this for myself because I had very, very low energy. I have a little tickle here. I had very, very low energy when I was in my early 40s due to the conditions that I had manifested that included a tumor and high blood pressure and high cholesterol. And I was fairly depressed. I actually was allergic to about 84 different foods. And until I removed those foods from my diet, foods can cause depression. Like a very common one is dairy products. So what happened in that instance is that I wasn't feeling right, my brain wasn't thinking right, and I wasn't clear. And once you get clear, then it becomes really obvious. And that's number two. And number three is that a lot of us don't spend the time accessing the subconscious. So you're accessing the subconscious, you are kind of in full alignment. You're in full alignment with what's your inner values, because the subconscious guides us. And one way to access that, and this is something that I did extensively, I have about this many feet of journals, and I would get up and write first thing in the morning for a few minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Sometimes it'd go for a full hour. It's just like my pen got started, and I would go for a full hour. And what'll happen is people call them downloads, but they're actually, you're accessing the inner part of you, that 99.9998% of you that is in your subconscious. And that is directly connected to your higher self or spirit. And that actually allows you to find things. So I did these 3 things. I, got my energy straight. And then I did a lot of journaling, and it became really clear what I really wanted to do. And I didn't think I could do what I do now. That was not in my realm of possibilities until it got presented to me about 7 years ago, when I started to reconnect with that part of myself. But so while I'm involved in doing all this journaling and figuring these things out, I was able to finally come to what I was meant to do in my life. And when you go back and add up all the little details along the way of everything I went through in terms of even difficult situations and learning situations and learning opportunities, which some people would call hell, but there you have it. Sometimes you have to go through those things. And with these 2 ladies, what I did was my standard healings and clearings that I go through with new clients in the beginning. And in the first week, I do a brain healing. So the first week, I clean up the whole energy body. I open up all of the openings. I start cleaning off old memories, old mental patterns, and things like that. Sometimes I can do a lot at once, and sometimes I have to do them a little at a time. It depends on what the situation is. And then I gave each of these people instructions on what to do. And one of them I told to journal, and the other one I told to meditate more. So journaling, meditation, this is a way to access the subconscious. And there are a few other things, like doing yoga stretches. You can go online and look up 10-minute yoga routines. This is how I started learning how to do it. And I have discipline enough that I can get up and do this every morning. And you start stimulating the 12 meridians, the 12 outer meridians. You have 2 internal, but the 12 outer meridians, you start stimulating them, and the energy starts to flow. And one person does a lot of yoga, so she didn't have that problem, but she needed to meditate more and to do more deep breathing and more centering herself, because she was being pulled in all directions in a job that she hated. And then she transitioned into a job that's a little better, but it's still not her life purpose. And the other one, who was owning one business, and she didn't want to do it anymore, and she had that business up for sale, but she didn't know what she wanted to do and kept pestering me over and over, not pestering me, but just saying, well, Anastasia, what should I do? What should I do in my life? I have no idea. And I gave her those instructions that I've just told you, those 3 things. I gave her those instructions. And the thing that she said is that my mind has cleared up so much, because a lot of us are so pulled in so many different directions that we stop thinking about who we are as people, and we are more involved in, I'm that person's wife, I'm that person's mother, I'm that person's daughter. Instead of being all those things, they now center on who they are and what they want in life. So I had her journaling, I had her doing some deep breathing exercises, and I actually got her to get up and go for a walk every day. And she said that's the first time that she's been able to exercise regularly in 10 years. And she's only in her late 30s. She's not very old. So imagine you're in your 20s and you stop exercising, and now she's exercising, going for 2 to 3 mile walks every morning. And she says that it just clears everything up. And so doing these kinds of things for yourself, walking, deep breathing, meditation, journaling, and they will help get to the core of you. And the main thing that I did for her, and the other person, the other lady, the main things that I did for them is I did a brain clearing and cleared off all their energy in that first session. And that opened up the possibility. It gave them their energy back, it gave them their vitality back, and they both told me, and this is something that happens over and over again, they both told me, I wouldn't have believed you until I experienced it, that I would be different after the end of only one session. And the lady that was selling her business, she said that she can't believe that after there were a total of 1 hour and 15 minutes divided into 3 sessions. She said she wouldn't have believed that that could happen in 3 short sessions, that now she's full of enthusiasm and ready to start on her next venture, and she knows exactly what she wants to do. And both of them, because of their experience, both of them want to learn exactly what it is I do, because they're both healers in their own right. They both know different healing modalities, including pranic healing and Reiki and so on. But they have never experienced anything like this. So when you're ready to have that kind of experience for yourself, I'd love to have a conversation with you on the phone. I'm also just now opening up it's actually fully a 2-year program, but you get certificates every 4 months along the way in different areas. And I'm opening up this program right now, and I already have a few people ready to enroll, and I need 6 more because I want to start with 10. So I need 6 more. It's going to be an intimate group of people that we're going to do intensive learning on these techniques. And I would look forward to serving you and teaching you what I know and showing you that anyone can do it. I have a lot of students that have learned this and have now developed businesses along the way, and many of them are even doing better than I am in their business, in their healing practice. One of them's doing 20 to 30,000 a month in her healing practice, and she does only one thing. There's a couple of them that only do one thing. One does only relationships healings, and the other one only does emotional healing. And so you can develop quite a business just from one of those things. So I look forward to speaking you, and the place you go to is scientifichealer.com/appointment, and the link is below. If you have any questions at any time, I would love to be speaking with you, or you can put them in the box right here, and I will answer them whether you're listening now live or you're listening later. I'll come back and check out any questions that got put in. And if there's something that I haven't answered yet, I'm working on it. Okay. So I'll be speaking with you next week, same time, same place, to raise your frequencies. So let's raise frequency right now. Put your shoulders back, sit up straight, and take a nice deep breath all the way into your toes. If you like this video, hit the like button below and share it with your friends. Be sure to subscribe. You can do that by clicking on the button right here on the left side of your screen. Or it's on the right side of your screen on my left. Sorry. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.